Hey everyone, welcome to the second tutorial on Google Sites, on the new Google Sites, I should say. So here we are with this new Google site that we created in the last video by using drive.google.com, hitting the new button, going to more and selecting Google Sites. And you can see that I've already kind of named it. Now, if I want to rename this something, right, I can just simply click on the text and rename it. Here's my site title, Classical Greece. I don't really use classical anywhere else, so I'm going to change it to ancient Greece. Right, and there's my page, right? So now we are set. And if you look around on this page, you have quite a few options. Here's your title. Here's an undo button. Here's a redo button if you need to. Here's a preview button, which will open a new window to let you preview what your site looks like. Working in a group, working with peers, add editors to your website. And when it comes time to publish, I'll go through that process with you. We also have more here, which is just kind of how to learn about the site. Over on the far right-hand side, we have the insert feature where we have all of these different options to insert text, images, URLs, uploads, drive, folders, drive documents, YouTube, calendar, maps, docs, slides, sheets, forms, and charts. We have so many different things. We're going to hop over to theme real quick, and we're going to look at the different themes. So we have a couple different themes that we can use for our site here. So impression's a pretty cool one. I like the way that it looks. I am going to use the green underline. I just like the green, the color green, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to check out the font style. I've got capital, frank, and narrow. If I do frank, I kind of like the way frank lays out. So we're good there, right? So I've now chosen a theme for my site. I have a title. I have the site named. I have a title, and I've called the first page here History of Greece because that's going to be my first page. So now I want to do this. I can change the header type. I can be like, let's do a title only. Or I can look and say, let's do a banner. Or I can do, let's do a large banner. And you can kind of see how those impact the different things. So now that I've got a large banner here, I want to change the image because while, yes, Greece is part of social studies and social studies has to do with the world, I'm going to do a different style image by selecting an image here. And you see I've already done a search for ancient Greece, but if I come up here, it's going to be the first place I go, and you can see I've got some options, but nothing really applicable to the work that I'm currently doing. I'm going to do a search, and I can search Google and Life, and I'm searching for content that's labeled for commercial reuse with modification, or I'm searching for images that I am allowed to use. And that's such an important part of this because we are publishing something to the internet. We're making it open and available to people, and we want to make sure that we represent ourselves as people that are honest. And copyright means that we need to be honest, so it's good that we're using these pictures. If I want to switch to Life, I can quickly switch to Life here. I'm going to stick with Google, though, because I'm going to go Ancient Greece here, and I am going to type that in, and then I'm going to hit the search bar, and you will see that I have some pictures of ancient Greece. And when I look, you can see that I have options underneath on the websites that they come from. So I'm going to use this first one here, which I believe is the Parthenon, right? And I know it's an ancient Greece structure. It's one of the most famous ones. I'm going to open up this link so that I can be sure to include a source for this header image. So I'm going to open that up. I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit select on that image there. So now that I have that, I have my Parthenon in the background. I've got my site title there, and I've got that wonderful image there helping everything along, right? So now that I've added that header image, I can start to add a little bit more about my site, my topic, right? So here I am. I'm going to go text box, and I'm going to type in that text box history of Greece. And I'm using normal text right now, so it's kind of small, right? But if I go and use my text editing bar here, right, I have the options to make it bold, to make it italicized. I can center it in the page. I can justify it. I can do all those different things that I have the ability to do in a document. I can create it as a link as well, right? But what I also have is this button here that gives me some kind of pre-formatted styles to use. And I'm going to choose title. It's the title of my page. This page is about the history of Greece, right? So now I have a couple options. I can hit enter and start typing, and it's going to revert to normal text. Or what I like to do with Google, the new Google Sites, is I like to use another text box. I'm going to show you another way to get to a text box here. I'm just going to click right here. If I double click right here, I get text as an option URL from Drive Upload. You'll see a lot of the same ideas over there. I'm going to hit text, and I'm going to start to introduce this website. Welcome to my History of Greece website. I'm going to kind of lay out some purpose on this website. you will find some historical information about ancient, we're going to capitalize that, ancient Greece, and the way of life for the ancient Greeks, right? Because I have my topics in hand, right? This site is intended to help you learn more about ancient Greece. Right, so there it is, right? I have that there. I have it going across the whole top. It's a little small though, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this blue dot over and I'm going to make text box about half the width of the page. And now again, I have the option to change this from normal text. I can make it a heading, make it nice and big. I can make it a heading, which make green, which is really cool, right? I like the way that the green pops off the page there. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to search for another image. Right? I already have my Greece image here. So I'm going to grab a different image, right? And I like this one, and it's from pixelay.com. I'm going to click this to open that page up. Then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to select that image again. So there it is. It goes right onto the side. And I'm like, whoa, I don't have enough text here. So I want to kind of do some design thinking here. A little bit smaller and kind of put it over there so that I have the opportunity to kind of make that a little bit bigger. And we can kind of see that it fits a little bit better. One other cool thing I can do is I can change the color right here. Select the section background. If I want this to be an emphasis, I can make that green, or I can make it gray or keep it regular. Right? This one I can make green, which will make it white, and it kind of breaks up the page a little bit. So it's a really cool way to do that. And again, it's just over here. It's a little color palette. So now that I've added some of that stuff, let's try to add a YouTube video to help kind of show off what we know about ancient Greece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click YouTube over here, and I'm going to do a YouTube video search, and we're going to go ancient Greece. We're going to do introduction to ancient Greece. And when I do this search, you can see here's a 3-minute Powtoon one. I can watch it. I'm gonna just, for our purposes right now, I'm just gonna throw it on my website. I'm gonna select that and put it right there on the page. Right. So here we are, and I can change the size of this video. So I can and big, right? So it takes up that whole page. I can change the section background to kind of create some emphasis. It's gray now. You can see it, and I can watch that video. So that's kind of how we add things to these new Google sites. And it's really easy compared to the old one. So I really recommend that you try some of these techniques to do that. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next tutorial.